All right, and as to the show cause as well on her 2011 matter for her non-payment as probation was previously revoked. Is your client prepared to handle that one today as well?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. And counsel, as to the report and recommendation on the sentencing matter.
Your Honor, it's a violation that she failed to pay. She'll admit that she failed to pay. We won't have a hearing contesting it.
Okay. As to the, I'll address that one in just a moment. As to the sentencing on the possession of drug paraphernalia, as to the report and recommendation, counsel, are there any corrections that need to be made?
No, Your Honor, it's factually accurate.
Okay. And then as to the recommendation.
Terms and conditions seem extremely advantageous to my client's sobriety. We'd ask it be adopted. I know she's had a tether on throughout her bond conditions. I'd ask that the tether be removed.
Okay. And so, Ms. McKenzie, this indicates that you're going to be participating in the treatment court, correct?
Yes.
And
treatment right now.
I'm sorry?
I'm in treatment as we speak.
Okay, and where?
I'm at G3 for Genesis House 3.
Okay.
I've been there since I got released on the tether.
Okay. And so because you're going to be sentenced to the treatment court, at this point we're going to maintain the tether, and then we'll address that in the treatment court. Okay.
Okay.
So and Courtney is here. I think that you're supposed to be meeting with her today after you're done, right?
I'm not sure.
Okay.
Oh, I wasn't told.
Okay, well, yes, you're going to meet with her after this, and then she'll tell you the next steps.
Okay.
Okay.
Tell me when I can the tether could possibly come off. Is that how that works?
Possibly, but just so you're aware too, the cost will not be yours moving forward once you're in the treatment court.
Okay.
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 All right. All right. And so the court has reviewed the report, the recommendation, heard from counsel, heard from Ms. McKenzie, and the court does find that there's reasonable grounds to park on scale 769.5. The court's going to order 24 months probation for defendant to participate in to comply with the terms and conditions of the 27th District Court Regional Wellness and Recovery Court. And you're not using any alcohol or drugs unless prescribed to be subjected to random testing. They notify the court immediately of any change in address or employment status, not to leave the state without consent of the court. You're not to violate any criminal law of any unit of government. Okay. And then I know that it says that you were supposed to be starting work. Did you end up starting work yet or no? Okay, I know I wasn't sure if that was something else with treatment or not.
No, you're right. It's actually inpatient.
Okay.
But I don't leave the.
Okay. All right. And that's one of your workers that's here with you today?
She's my counselor.
Your counselor? Okay. What?
You have to screen her.
Okay. All right. Okay, we're going to go off the record for a moment. Okay, so Mr. Shunke, I was slightly confused as to a couple of things, but your client had not yet been screened. I know that she expressed an interest in the treatment court. She had not yet been screened because she was inpatient. So she's going to be screened this morning. Both Courtney and Liz are present for that. And then we're going to adjourn this sentencing officially for 2 weeks.
Understood, Your Honor.
All right. Actually, you know what? We can probably do it in 1 week. Let's set it for the 20th. All right, since you're being screened today, we can discuss it as a team today. So, okay, so we'll adjourn the sentencing November 20th at 9:30. Okay, so just have a seat in the lobby. and then Courtney will be out to grab you in a few moments. Okay, all right, thank you. Bond conditions are continued. And the council will just move the show cause that same date.
Understood.
All right. Yes, that can be via Zoom. Yes.
Thank you.
You're welcome. All right, and we are on the record in the matter of the City of Wyandotte versus O'Brien docket 231671 A and D.
Good morning, Your Honor. Jason Melkowitz, P61242 on behalf of Mr. Dokich.
Good morning, and your name, sir?
Obrad Dokich.
Okay, very good. And good morning. Today's the date scheduled for sentencing on your client's plea to an amended charge of operating or visibly impaired by alcohol in a PVC refusal.
That's correct, Your Honor.
And did you have an opportunity to review the report and recommendation?
I did, Your Honor. It's factually accurate. No additions, deletions, or corrections to be made to the report.
Okay, and as to the well, I have a question before we go to the recommendation. Does your client still have a New York driver's license? Because I recall that there is some confusion as to where he actually lived. I think he said he lived in both places.
Your Honor, I still have New York license, but my brother's in Europe. Then I came to take care of my parents, and so I'm still have in New York my license.
Do you still have a New York residence?
Yeah.
But he lives here right now with his parents, and he's been working here, so it probably should be changed to Michigan.
Yeah, because my father is 91. Then I came to stay. I hope my brother is gonna come soon. So that's where.
Well, when is your brother supposed to be back to take care of your parents?
I'm not sure yet. It depends on immigration. It's supposed to be here like before 1 year, but takes time.
Oh, so he was here.
He was here, then he got the visa, then he have to go back and come back with the visa. With the premier residency, yeah.
Okay. Because you've been here for quite a while, haven't you?
Yeah, I go back, I was going there and come here, and so.
They're in New York?
Yeah,
Okay,
I live with my sister and my nieces and my brother, so.
in New York.
New York, in Bronx, yes.
And here you live with your parents?
Yeah, so I came to.
Just yes?
Yes.
Okay, so you don't have your own residence? You stay with family in New York or you stay with family in Michigan?
Yeah, but I have residence of New York license and everything.
No, I understand that, but you don't have a home independent from somebody else?
No.
Okay. All right, okay, council, as to the recommendation.
Judge, looking at the report, it's a pretty good recommendation. He scored 1 at both mass scores, very low. It's a short term of probation. I think my client has learned his lesson. Obviously, he can benefit from some sort of alcohol education, but he wants to put this behind him and go get this over with and chalk it down as a lesson learned. One request I did have, Judge, is now that he'll be placed on probation, my client has a family wedding in New York this upcoming weekend he'd like to attend. He's already bought a plane ticket for, so he'd asked for permission to travel for those purposes. He's going to be leaving
Saturday and coming back Monday.
Saturday.
It's a Sunday wedding?
Yeah, Sunday it's engagement party. It's like, yeah.
Also not a wedding, an engagement party?
Yeah, it's engagement.
Okay, so I'm not one to, be the barrier between family celebrations. However, the last few people I've allowed to go out of state and attend weddings have come back violating probation or bond because they've consumed alcohol.
I'm with it. Like I'm just going for my niece because the one day because I cannot leave my parents more than 1 day because I have to give them medication. So.
No, I understand that.
Whatever you decide you want.
I will allow your client to travel, but just so you know, sir, you're going to be testing immediately upon your return. So
Okay,
if you're testing positive for anything, that's going to be a problem.
okay, thank you, Honor.
Problem as far as, you know, whether or not you're going to have to find somebody else to take care of your parents for a few days.
Yeah, probably from my brother's side, he will, but I won't make like medication.
No, what I'm saying is if you violate and you're consuming any alcohol while you're in New York this weekend, that you'll have to make sure that somebody can take care of your parents for a few days because you'll be in Wayne County Jail.
Yeah, no, no.
That's what I'm trying to say.
No.
Okay. All right, counsel, as to the recommendation, the sentencing, I'm sorry, anything else regarding the recommendation?
No, nothing further, Your Honor.
All right, the court, after hearing from counsel and hearing from Mr. Dokic, does find that there's reasonable grounds to depart from MCL 769.5. Also, after reviewing the report and the recommendation and the police report and the lack of criminal history, the court will order 9 months probation. You are eligible for early discharge, and I'll go over that in just a few moments. You're not to violate any criminal law of any unit of government. You're not to leave the state without consent of the court. I'm granting you permission to leave on Saturday, return on Monday. Please make sure you're providing probation with those details as far as when you're leaving and coming back. All right? We don't need no flight information or any of that, but just that general information. You're to report truthfully to your probation officer as often as your probation officer may require in person, writing, or virtually. You notify your probation officer immediately of any change in address or employment status. You're not to use any alcohol or drugs unless prescribed to be subjected to random testing. The rehabilitative goal for that condition is so the court can monitor your progress in maintaining abstinence and sobriety. You'll have to enroll and participate in the chemical awareness program. The rehabilitative goal for that condition is to further educate you about drug and alcohol use and allow you to make better informed decisions in the future, hopefully preventing this matter from happening again. And you are to also participate in the victim impact panel. The rehabilitative goal for that condition is to further increase your understanding of the dangers of driving while impaired and to educate you about the consequences of such behavior. Sir, what brought you down to Wyandotte that day?
I was working here in one house, like painting, and I finished it and
Okay. As to the fines and costs, the court's going to order a $300 fine, $100 screening assessment fee, $450 supervision oversight fee. That's $50 a month at 9 months. And since you're eligible for early discharge, some of that money may not be due. It can be up to $225 that may not be due. $200 for the cost of prosecution, crime victim assessment fee of $75, justice system assessment fee of $50, chemical awareness program $75. I'm pretty sure that's $12.25, but let me just confirm that. I've been known to make mistakes. See, I did, it's $12.50, not $12.25. 75 and 75 is 150, not 155. Okay, and then you also have the refusal of the PBT, which I believe is $100.
$100 still in fraction,
Yes.
I believe.
Yes, and if he hasn't already paid that, I just was going to include that in this so you know what your total fines and costs are. So your total is $1,350. All right. Okay, when are you able to, do you have anything to pay today on that, sir?
can I pay altogether like in 10 days, 15 altogether?
Okay, so let me. That got $225. So what you'd be paying in full then between both would be $11.25. backing out the $225, because if you're discharged early, you won't have to pay that. Okay,
So when I have to, what's the, what's?
In
10 days,
10
15, what is-
in 10 days would be the 29th. Jim, you wanna just do November 30th?
Yeah, yeah,
Oh, no, 10 days would be the 23rd, but that's Easter, Easter, oh my goodness
Yeah.
gracious. Whoa, I need some more coffee.
November
Okay, it'll
30th.
be Thanksgiving, so November 30th, how's that?
Yeah, here or like it's, when I pay.
You can stop at the window, they can give you information regarding paying by phone or online if you like.
Okay, thank you.
Okay,
Thank you, Your Honor.
all right, since I did tell you that you're eligible for early discharge, you may request early discharge so long as all the following have occurred. You've completed half of your original term of probation, all probation requirements have been completed, you've had at least 3 months without any violations, and all money has been either paid in full, or you've made a good faith effort toward making full payment. Okay? Any questions?
Nothing further.
All right. Good thing it's a short docket today. Just have a seat over on probation, somebody will be with you shortly. Okay?
Thank you, Your Honor.
All
Thank you, Your
right,
Honor.
thank you, have a good day. Let's go off the record. Mr. Stemke? All right, Mr. Stemke, have you already spoken to Ms. Hart?
I have, Your Honor.
Okay, so we're on the record in the matter of the state of Michigan, or City of Wyandotte versus Jamie Hart, 232371. And appearance counsel?
Good morning, Your Honor. Christopher Shemke, appearing on behalf of my client. This time we sent to the matter being heard via Zoom.
And Ms. Hart, your name, please.
Jamie Catherine Hart, H-A-R-T.
All right, and counsel as to the arraignment.
Moving for more reading, my client stands mute.
The court will waive the formal reading, enter plea of not guilty for purposes of the arraignment. And we will schedule this matter for pre-trial on November 28th. At 10 a.m. And counsel as to bond.
As to bond judge, my client does not have lodging, and she may have another case in another city. I don't anticipate a personal bond being advantageous for either party. I would anticipate asking for the earliest court date so that she can try to get this matter taken care of as soon as possible.
All right, so ma'am, do you believe that your other case is in Livingston County?
Yes, ma'am.
And what is that for?
That's for being charged with a third DUI.
And you're charged with public intoxication as one of your charges. Why haven't you taken care of the matter from Livingston County? It's been pending since March.
It's like been kind of stranded down here in wherever Detroit or Ecorse where I've been at. I haven't been able to have any vehicles to get me up to Livingston County. I've been homeless, I haven't had a phone. There's been numerous things that have been going on since I've been down here. I've been stranded and it's been a rough time, to say the least.
I show your address in Ann Arbor. How long has it been since you've been in Ann Arbor?
It's been since February. That was at the homeless shelter in Ann Arbor, the Lions Center. I actually was supposed to be going to rehab today. Unfortunately, things happened yesterday.
And which rehab were you supposed to be going to?
Oakdale and Canton, Michigan.
And how are you supposed to be getting there?
They were gonna come pick me up wherever I was gonna be at. They come and get you. I don't have a problem and I want to get it fixed and taken care of. I don't want to be on the streets anymore. I don't want to live this life anymore.
So what would be detected in your system other than alcohol?
What's that?
What else would be detected in your system other than alcohol?
Probably some cocaine, crack marijuana, crack.
Okay. Here's what I'm going to do, ma'am. It appears as though you have a warrant out for your arrest out of Livingston County. You are homeless. And for your benefit as well, the court's going to order a $7,500 10% bond. The court will order that you may be tethered to treatment. Through the Wayne County Jail upon your request. And you're not to possess or consume any alcohol or drugs unless prescribed. And in the event you post bond and you're not going to treatment, Wayne County Jail, GPS tethered through the Wayne County Jail. All right, anything else, counsel?
No, Your Honor.
All right, thank you. All right, off the record. Have a good day. All right, and so we are on the record in the matter of Cynthia Ball, 05557. And appearance, counsel?
Good morning, Your Honor. Mr. Shemke, appearing with my client.
Okay. And so my note. All right, counsel, today's the date scheduled for probation violation. Your client had entered a plea of not guilty 2 weeks ago. And it was a school attendance matter that she had been placed on probation for, and she had never reported to probation and had 3 warrants out on this case. And so what is the plan moving forward?
Your Honor, does she have a balance or anything? Because she's, you know, her kid's 35 years old. I mean, this is from 2005. It's regarding 2007, failed to appear school attendance. So clearly whatever is you needed to be addressed as long as it's passed. So does she have a balance or something with the court?
Oh, there was a balance. Okay, all right, we're gonna go off the record for just one moment and then we'll resume in just a few moments. Okay, and then we're back on the record matter of Cynthia Ball, and, if you can give that back to, Ms. Ball. Okay, and, counsel, your, client had, indicated off the record that she wanted to address the court. And I told her that was fine, but she had to wait until we were back on the record. Mr. Shanky?
Yes, I'm here, Judge.
Okay, all right. Okay, yes, ma'am.
Yes, my son had went to summer camp and he had one where he went to campus school, so anyway, he had kissing a girl. And he had his mom out, that's why he was out of school for like 16 weeks, got really sick. And that's why he came to school. So I had the paperwork from the doctors and everything, so now he's got his own business, he's a great kid. He graduated, so yeah, this is like the 4th time this came up. And my parents are, my father's fighting breast cancer and lung cancer at the moment. So I just want to make sure everything is taken care of today, so I don't have to keep coming back, because I'm just, nervous, I don't want to go.
No, I understand. I checked into this, and, the recommendation, counsel, was, your client had come in 2019. She walked in on a warrant, it was set for December of that year. And then she didn't come back in, and then another warrant was issued, so that's why this was going on, so.
Oh, I had cancer.
Okay, and so, there was an under advisement status and the recommendations to revoke the under advisement, and then your client could pay the $110. I mean, is that, we'll just proceed with the probation violation hearing, and then that would be the sanction. Is that what you're?
I'm sure that she's very optimistic to get this matter resolved as soon as possible.
Okay.
I see that being problematic.
Okay, so please raise your right hand. You solemnly swear from the testimony about to give this matter the truth, the whole truth, or nothing, and nothing but the truth? I can't hear you.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, all right. And so, ma'am, you're the allegation you failed to appear for probation violation. You failed to appear for probation at all on this matter, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
And you understand your rights on probation violation for probation hearing violation matters, correct?
Yes.
And as to the allegation you failed to appear for probation, how do you plead?
Guilty.
All right, you understand your rights.
Yes, ma'am.
And you also understand by entering into a plea that you will be waiving some of those rights, specifically right to a contested hearing.
Yes.
Has anybody promised you anything, threatened you, or coerced you in any way for you to enter into a plea?
No touch.
And you understand the you understand the penalty.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, counsel, do you feel the need of going to your client? I feel as though there's been a factual basis put based on what she's already placed on the record.
I'm satisfied, Judge.
All right, the court satisfied the plea is knowing, voluntary, and factually accurate. The court will accept your plea of guilty. And as the recommendation, I find that it's appropriate to set, to revoke probation, revoke the under advisement status, pay a $50 probation violation fee plus a $60 fine that you still owed. So the total is $110, and this matter will be closed out. Do you have that to pay today, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Oh, yes, you did have a $250 bond posted. And so then, I saw based upon the other documents that you have that you still owe $444.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so the balance of this bond then can be applied to one of those other matters.
Okay, yes, ma'am.
Okay? All right, this matter will be closed out. Just have a seat in the lobby, okay?
Okay, thank you.
All right, good luck to you, ma'am.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Okay, and then Mr. Shumke, I'm gonna have you go in the breakout room, Mr. Snell. Is Mr. Snell already in the prosecutor's office?
Yeah.
Okay, so good morning, Mr. Serrano. Mr. Shumke, you can just rejoin breakout room 2, please.
Good morning, Your Honor. I'm
Okay.
here for Everett Cox. If he's checked in or not, I don't know.
Yes. Yes, I'm going to double check in just one moment.
Okay, I'll need a breakout room with him.
Okay, you didn't speak to him before today?
I tried. I've left voicemails.
Okay.
Last address I had for him was a motel in Canton. I didn't want to send a letter there.
Well, okay, all right, just a moment. He's not
All right.
checking yet, so just a moment. Okay, all right, we're back on the record in the matter of the City of Wyandotte versus Charles Snell, 231760. And Mr. Shunke, your appearance, please.
Good morning, Your Honor. Christopher Shemke, bring me up my plan.
Thank you, and start your name for the record, please.
Charles Snell.
All right, today's the date scheduled for sentencing on Mr. Snell's matter as to his plea to a reduced charge of disturbing the peace. And we do have Ms. Paxton present to address the court as well. And counsel, did you have an opportunity to review the report and recommendation with your client?
I did, Judge.
All right, and as for the report, are there any corrections that need to be made?
No corrections, no.
All right. And Ms. Paxton, would you like to address the court?
I have nothing specific, Your Honor.
No? Okay. Okay, and counsel, as to the recommendation.
Your Honor, I'd say I'm a little surprised. I know the nature of this case. There's a writing phone call. I think incarceration is a little aggressive for this situation, Judge. And I also don't know what the $70 as to restitution is. In this circumstance, I believe that light supervision and potentially an anger management class, but I think that this is a little aggressive considering my client's not on probation, parole. It's not an assault crime, sticks and stones, and I understand it was inappropriate, but I would respectfully request leniency when determining the appropriate admonishment for my client. Thank you, Judge.
Okay. And Ms. Paxton, are you requesting restitution?
Yes, I am.
Okay, I'm going to actually have you step forward.
Sure.
I know you said that you were fine without addressing the court, but I just have a few questions.
Sure, absolutely.
Okay, and your name for the record, please.
Jennifer Paxton.
Okay. And what would the restitution, what does the $70 represent?
So the $70 was for the supervised visitation session that occurred that he walked out on and did not pay for.
Oh, okay,
And I submitted the documents to Ms. Shine.
okay. All right,
Judge, that's not an element of this crime. That should not be associated with this case. Him walking out has nothing to do with that. I mean, he was charged with a telecommunication arrest and vice. It has nothing to do with that situation. So while she might very well be due that money, I do not believe that it's an element of this charge and would be inappropriate to associate it with the terms, conditions of probation.
well, it's actually an interesting issue because Mr. Snell, according to the police report, the visit was cut short, or the visit that Ms. Paxton appears to be talking about is when Mr. Snell and his attorney left the appointment in an aggressive manner.
But he's not being charged with a disorderly person leaving a room. I mean, or anything regarding this is a phone call.
I know, but let me, I understand that. But then from that point forward is when, after Mr. Snell left the office, he was continuously calling the office since the day he left the office.
That's incorrect.
I'm just indicating that's what the police report says.
Yes.
What if he didn't pay his parking at the location? Should they be then reimbursed for that? I'm not saying that he doesn't owe that money. I just don't believe it would be appropriate to associate it with this. It's not an element of the crime. But I have nothing further to remark. Obviously, court's discretion. Thank you, Judge.
All right, thank you. And Ms. Paxton, how many times did Mr. Snell contact your office?
He left me 3 voicemails and I had 2 emails.
And what was the nature of the voicemails?
So the voicemails and the reason I called Wine.PD was because the messages were disgusting. They were threatening in nature. I need you to hear my voice. You know, he went off after I sent my letter to the judge in his matter explaining why I couldn't serve him anymore. And the staff that work in the building I'm in were concerned about his behavior. And so with the calls, that's why I called the police. I didn't want anything to do with our building or contacting me.
Okay. And when you say that the messages were disgusting, what does that mean?
He made a comment, and the detective did report them, made a comment, I don't know how you wash yourself, you're sick and disgusting. He made several comments regarding how I clean myself and being a bigger woman, which was inappropriate.
No. And sir, how many times did you call Miss Paxton's office?
Oh, just twice, or whatever amount of voicemails. I'll have a voicemail each time, so it was very, very minimal. And it was due to a dishonest report back to the lawyer and judge about my children. My kids wanted to end the session. They were disgruntled. They were uncomfortable. I said, we don't have to do this anymore. We'll just come back. She then asserted herself as the authority in the room, causing my children to cry, very disturbed. At that point, that's when I got up and left. She told me I couldn't leave. I left. And then she sent in a report describing the events of the session without describing the reason it was happening. So, because it would have put the blame on her. In the email.
Well, okay, hold on. Okay, all right. I didn't want to go down that path with how all that occurred or what didn't occur, because that's that's a matter for the Third Circuit Court.
Yeah, it's just three
I just wanted to know the nature of the calls.
There were no threats at all. They were insults due to her dishonesty, and no threats whatsoever.
I don't really want to he admitted that the behavior was wrong. I don't want to go too much into my client articulating what happened. He'd accept a responsibility and entered a plea.
Right. And so, counsel, does your client still have supervised parenting time?
Judge, I have no idea. That's a civil matter. I do my best to sidestep any of those dialogues as it wasn't relevant to my representation. So I don't know, Judge.
Okay. I was just curious as to if there were still supervised parenting time, or if there was, what how that's occurring or not, but okay, anything else, Ms. Paxton?
No.
Okay, all right, thank you. All right, the court, having heard from counsel, having heard from Mr. Snell. Well, sir, you have a couple warrants out for your arrest. You have 6. You have 6 warrants.
Traffic warrants. I've been unable to take care of those. I just got myself situated. I'm going through a divorce with my wife. She took, this is a long story, but I was extremely homeless with just a few months ago before the pandemic. So
Was it a few months ago before the pandemic?
Well, when she took everything from me, and then as I'm going through life, I'm catching, driving tickets and stuff because my license wasn't together, but I handled all that stuff. So now it's just a matter of getting into the courts. Getting actually I guess the dates to get into the courts.
Well, some of these are just from August of this year, sir. So why weren't those taken care of?
The tickets in August, they're all stipulated with the 36th district. I have, I believe, one in Southfield, but Detroit is, I'm trying to get in there and take care of these things. You can't just pay the tickets because, driving and suspending and stuff.
Right, they're misdemeanors. You have to appear in court.
Yeah.
So you have 3 out of the 36th district court. You have 2 out of the 46th district court in Southfield. And then you have 1 out of Bluefield Hills in the 48th district court.
No, I shouldn't have any tickets in Bluefield.
That's retail fraud.
Say it again?
That one's for retail fraud.
No, I shouldn't, I don't have anything in Bloomfield, I haven't been there in years, the only thing I have right now is just traffic tickets, if there's anything other mistake from my old.
Well, that's from 2019.
Yeah, that's probably some old stuff that, again, this is when we split and, you know, I got into it, I can just tell you about that situation, I just got into it with somebody at a speedway on Woodward, like 16 miles somewhere, and we had got
Judge,
back and forth about.
Sir, stop, sir, I do not know
Okay.
this.
Yeah.
Anything you say can be used against you. I would advise you not to speak regarding what happened at the alleged offense.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So, sir, my point is that your attorney's advocating for you to be placed on probation, but you don't even appear for court on these matters.
Oh, I appear for court, I haven't been able to get to court on those matters. I haven't missed any court dates, I haven't had any issue with probation in my past, I've always handled my probation, I've always handled, you know, what I had to go through.
What's the status of your driver's license, sir?
Right now, it's still suspended because I have to handle those, but everything is taken care of and scheduled, I just have to handle.
So how did you get here today?
I drove.
Well, you're not driving home. You have to have somebody else pick you
Oh, yeah,
up.
no, I know.
I don't know why you didn't get a ride here. I know that you're not here for driving on license suspended, but I'm trying hard, sir, to
I understand that.
accept Mr. Shunke's argument that you should be on probation and not incarcerated.
No, I understand. I don't know if you've been, I'm sure you have known people go through divorces and stuff. Mine has just been extremely
So
difficult.
I used to practice family law, so I'm very familiar with that. But at the end of the day, you don't have a valid license and you're continuing to drive and you're continuing to not go to your court dates or not to not set them up after you have the ticket or the court date or what have you, you don't go. And you're still driving.
Well, I have set the court dates and I have gone to them, but you know, it's through Zoom. So a lot of times it's been delayed. I'm not taking care of it. It's not, you know, coming up. And again, I can't just pay the tickets.
I understand that. So in the last 5 and 6 years, why have you not set those up? I mean, how can I trust that you're going to follow the conditions of probation if you're not even?
I mean, I've been on probation before. I've never had any issue with probation. Again, I go to court.
Oh, if I may, Judge, in this circumstance, I would just ask you to consider that he's always appeared in this court. And at least that launches off to demonstrate that he's appeared for each pretrial, each interview, each sentence, the sentencing today. While yes, he's had outstanding cases elsewhere, at least with this court, that should demonstrate that he's compliant and hopefully give him an opportunity to demonstrate that there won't be any other missteps going forward.
I can get back and forth to work, sir.
So again, I work from home. I'm an office manager with Haywood Logistics. So we do like load board stuff for trucking.
Okay, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to give you a shot, sir. I'm going to, another recommendation is probation. The court will note that there are 1, 2, 3 convictions regarding driving while license suspended. You also have a receiving, concealing, stolen vehicle, an unlawful driving away of a motor vehicle, and failure to return rented property. In addition to your 6 warrants. So, sir, what that means is that there will be mandatory incarceration for any violation of probation. So the court, after hearing from counsel and Mr. Snell and reviewing the report, the recommendation, hearing from Ms. Paxton, the court will state that there is reasonable grounds to Department of Sales 769.5. The court's going to order 12 months probation You're eligible for early discharge. I'll go over that in just a few moments. You're not to violate any criminal law of any government. That means, sir, if you get pulled over for driving without a suspended license, that's a violation, and you'll be in custody.
Okay.
You're not to leave the state without the consent of the court. You are to report truthfully to your probation officer as often as your probation officer may require, whether in person, in writing, or virtually. You're to notify your probation officer immediately of any change in address or employment status. You're not using alcohol or drugs unless prescribed to be subjected to random testing. The rehabilitative goal for that condition is to make sure that you are maintaining sobriety. The court's also going to order you, sir, to participate in a week in your management program. The rehabilitative goal for that condition is so that you can learn proper ways to express your frustration and anger in upsetting situations. You also are required to clear up your warrants. You're not to drive unless cleared by the Secretary of State. And the court's not going to order restitution at this time. The court doesn't dispute that Ms. Paxton would be owed that money, but that's not a direct issue with this case. Ms. Paxton would have to obtain that from another means, or perhaps to the Third Circuit Court on that matter, I don't know. And mandatory incarceration for any probation violation. Any questions regarding the terms and conditions?
No, so you're saying if I violate, I get a year?
No,
What was the 12 months?
that's how long your probation term is.
Right,
But you're eligible for early discharge, and I'm going to go over that in just a few moments.
okay.
Okay. The court will note that there is a $300 fine, $100 screening assessment fee, supervision oversight fee of $600. That's 12 months and $50 a month. And since you're eligible for early discharge, up to $300 of that may not be due. $200 for the cost of prosecution, crime victim assessment fee of $75, justice system assessment fee of $50, total $1,325. And again, up to $300 of that may not be due, so it may only be $1,025 if you discharge early. Any questions regarding that?
What's
sir?
the earliest I can discharge?
I'm going to go over that in just a few moments, so it would be 6 months. And do you have any of that to pay today, sir?
No,
All right, and what kind of payment plan are you looking?
I can pay it in 30 days.
I'm sorry?
I can pay it in 30 days.
You can pay it in full in 30 days?
Yes.
Okay. So I will indicate $1,025 by December. I'll indicate December 15th, that's a Friday.
And that's 1,025, and that's up to 6 months of payment. The probationary payment. That's minus the $300.
Correct.
Okay.
As I did indicate, you are eligible for early discharge as long as all the following have occurred. You've completed at least half of your original term of probation. All probation requirements have been completed. You've had at least 3 months without any violations, and all monies have been either paid in full or you've made a good faith effort to make full payment. Okay? Probation will go over that more with you, as well as providing you with your terms and conditions.
Okay.
And so I will note that while situations with your children can be upsetting and it can be frustrating, you have an attorney, and that attorney can assist you in communicating your frustrations appropriately, whatever those may be.
No, I agree. I definitely understand. People abuse the authority all the time.
Sir, I'm not entertaining all that. And it's not missed upon this court with the subtle comments that you're making directed at Ms. Paxton. People have their perceptions as to what occurred and their perspectives. Ms. Paxton has a job that she was ordered to do. That was her job. Clearly, you still have some issues with that based upon the subtle comments that you've continued to make. Have a seat in probation. Do not drive out of this parking lot at all.
Yeah, I'm aware.
All right,
So if I were to violate, how long is the jail time?
it depends, it could be up to 93 days.
Okay, all right, thank you.
Have a good day.
Thank you, Judge.
Nope, stop, come right back, come right back. What did you just say, sir?
I said I'm getting this clear. I'm walking out saying I'm about to get this cleared up. I mean, I'm confused. This is the same thing we did last time. I'm not saying it under my breath. I speak on mine and I stand on it. I'm not gonna whisper under my breath.
Okay,
Thank you, Judge.
all right, thank you. And we'll go off the record. I'll put you in the breakout room. Back to the breakout room. I think Ms. Bond is there.
Okay.
All right, actually, can you rejoin breakout room 2, please?
He said something to the judge.
Your Honor,
She's got something else going on.
Your Honor. Oh, I can't hear you. Your Honor, I have an update on Mr. Cox, if the court can hear me. I can't hear you, Your Honor. Oh, she said, I know.
Okay, Mr. Serrano, I could hear you. I was just waiting for the Polycom audio here to unmute. So that's why I was saying, go ahead, because I could.
Oh,
I was
okay,
telling you,
but-
go ahead, because I could hear you. You said if I
All
could
right.
hear you, you would tell me what the update was.
Yes, okay. The update is I did finally get a hold of Mr. Cox. He answered his phone just 5 minutes ago. So we had a chance to speak about his court date today, and he cannot get a ride to come live. So he said he was going to Zoom on forthwith. So expect Everett Cox to Zoom on. We're set to go.
Mr.
You want Cox's right here? This is the spot.
Okay. Yeah, he's zooming in.
All right.
He's just not connected to audio. Killing me, Joe. How far these are away.
I'm so sorry.
Okay, how do you get your steps in today? Okay, hi Everett, how's it going? You're muted.
Can you hear me now?
I can, how's it going?
Good, good. I didn't know I had a court date today. I forgot to ask Courtney or Bobby. Last time I was when I was meeting with you guys on Monday.
All right, well, remember I was telling you that you have these matters that we had to do, and so you're gonna come in at 10:45 and then stay for 1:30 for the review hearing at 1:30?
Yeah, I thought that was going to be on Thursday when I got to meet with Bobby. I was wrong.
Okay. All right. And okay. And so Mr. Serrano, you ready to proceed?
Yes, Your Honor, we've had a chance to speak now via telephone, and we have no objection to these proceedings being done via Zoom. I'm ready on both
All
matters.
right, we're going on the record the matter of the City of Riverview versus Everett Cox 232037, as well as 201065.
And Your Honor, good morning. Richard T. Serrano, P33828. And today I appear as the counsel on behalf of my client, Everett Cox. We both appear by Zoom and have no objection to that. Please state your name, sir.
Everett Cox.
All right, thank you. So there's a probation violation matter that's been pending for a while, on the disturbing the peace matter from the 2020 case. And let's handle the 2023 matter, for the sentencing matter.
Yes, Your Honor. I've had.
Counsel?
Excuse me,
Go ahead.
Your Honor.
Go ahead, counsel. Is everybody frozen or is it just me?
Now living back with it.
Okay, Mr. Serrano, hold on, you were frozen and then, so I didn't hear what you were saying.
Oh, all right, Your Honor. Sorry. Something has changed with his residence. He's living with his parents now instead of a motel in Canton. Also, he is attending the mental health course. Court's aware with Team Wellness. He's making real progress. So the recommendation was at first continue probation, and then in light of the new thing, in light of everything, there's also a 20-day recommendation for incarceration. Short story, Your Honor, my client is not working. He has an appointment with an attorney this week to discuss his filing for Social Security. He is under a doctor's care continuing. He's making progress. So we ask the court to continue his mental health treatment, which is working for him through the mental health court. Restricted to fines and costs, which hopefully he can get on a payment program. With that, Your Honor, we'll leave it to the court's discretion, and my client wants to make a short statement.
Okay. Everett, you wanted to say something?
Yeah, I've been going to Team Wellness for my mental health, and every time I come back to the house, my parents always call the cops on me, and the cops always give me some bogus charge that I didn't even do anything for these two accusations or whatever. I didn't do anything. I sit at the house and watch TV all day and take my medication. And my parents have a bad day, they call the cops on me, and the cops always give me some.
Okay, all right. So here's what I'm going to do. I know you've been participating in the you've shown interest in the treatment court. So the court's going to adopt the recommendation. The court's going to order 24 months probation, participate in the treatment court, the 27th District Court, Regional Wellness and Recovery Court, and adhere to all of those probations and conditions. And we will set up the fines, we'll set up the payment plan through the treatment court. A $200 fine, $100 screening assessment fee, cost prosecution $200, crime victim assessment fee of $75, justice system assessment fee of $50, $625, so $640 in oversight costs for the treatment court, for a total of $1,265. That payment is not anything that we're going to order, right? We're going to have you work on right now. That'll be set up to the treatment court. All right?
Okay.
And then as to the probation violation, I'm going to have you raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear from the testimony about to give this matter the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And while this matter occurred in 2020, he was out of range until October of 2022. And as to the allegation that Mr. Cox failed to appear for probation on drug testing on June 22nd and failed to appear for drug testing July 17th.
Yes, Your Honor. Was it correct that one was a failure to appear for probation and drug testing on the 22nd? Is that correct?
Right, that's what I said, yes.
Okay, and then the other one is just failed to appear for drug tests. He's going to plead guilty to both those, Your Honor.
Okay. All right, so Mr. Cox, as to those violations, how do you plead?
Guilty.
Okay, and you understand your rights for probation violation purposes, correct?
Yes.
All right, and you understand the possible penalty as well, correct?
Yes.
Okay. And you understand the recommendation is 20 days jail and to revoke probation, correct?
Yes.
And knowing all that, you still want to continue with your plea?
Yep.
Is that yes?
Yes.
Okay. And has anybody promised you anything, threatened you, or coerced you in any way for you to enter into a plea?
No.
Okay. And counsel, would you like to voir dire your client?
Yes. Mr. Cox, can you hear me?
Yes.
All right. Let me grab this real quick. You've heard the court. Do you agree that at some period of time, way back in 1920 and beyond, you were put on probation and subject to orders of this court? Is that correct?
Yes.
Well, let me clarify. It was 2020, not 1920.
Oh, I'm sorry. Did I say that, Your Honor? Yeah, 2020. Yeah. Okay. And also, you had obligations with this court for this year, 2023. You agree?
Yes.
And part of those obligations were to appear for your regularly scheduled probation appointments. Is that correct?
Yes.
And on also to attend or complete successfully drug treatment and testing. Is that correct?
Yes.
So on June 22nd, 2023, did you both fail to appear for a probation appointment and fail the drug test?
Yes.
And also on July 17th, 2023, did you fail to appear for a court-ordered drug test?
Yes.
You knew that was wrong, right?
Yes.
I'm satisfied, Your Honor.
All right, the court is also satisfied the plea is knowing, voluntary, and factually accurate. The court will accept your plea to the probation violation. The court is going to do this. The court's going to adopt recommendations. The court's going to revoke probation. The court's going to order a $50 probation violation fee. I'm going to order 20 days jail. I'm going to suspend that. All right. So I'm going to suspend that to see how you're doing with the treatment court. So we will do a review in this matter in February, see how it's going. Okay.
Okay.
So Mr. Serrano, would you be able to zoom in on Monday, February 26th?
Well, we don't have our calendars yet for that, Your Honor, but I'm sure I can make a point. 2/26 at what time, Your Honor?
10 a.m. You do have the calendar. That's what I'm looking at, but
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, sure, I can. I just don't have it with me right now. Those.
yeah, you're not on that date, but I just wanted to see if you could appear that day.
Yes, I will.
Okay. All right. So then we will see you later, Mr. Cox, okay?
Okay.
Make sure you're giving, Courtney was trying to give you a call, so make sure you're calling Courtney.
Okay.
All right?
Good luck, Mr. Cox. Stay with it.
All right. All right. Thank you.
We'll see you in, we'll see you in just a couple hours, Mr. Cox, okay?
Okay. Thank you very much.
All right. Thank you. Have a good day. So, well, have a good couple hours till we see you. All right. Thank you, Mr. Serrano. Let's go off the record for a moment.
Thank you, Your Honor. That's all I have today.
All right. Thank you. All
Have a good day.
right. You as well. Okay. After Ms. Bond, is there anybody else that's out there? No, okay. Doyle didn't show up? Okay. All right, let's go on the record in the matter of the City of Wyandotte versus Erica Bond, 23910A. And appearance counsel? You're muted.
Apologies, Judge. Good morning. Christopher Shemke, appearing on behalf of my client.
Ma'am, your name for the record.
Erica Bond.
All right, thank you. So today is the date scheduled for sentencing on your client's plea of guilty to a probation violation. Her probation violation was that she had failed to register for drug testing.
Yes, Your Honor. It's my understanding that she has subsequently registered for drug testing.
And, okay. So you submitted your medication list.
Yes.
Have you been testing?
Yes, I went, last week and did the test. I explained to Mr. Shumke that my insurance only covers one visit per month. I ended up having to pay, for my doctor's visit to get the papers I needed. It was $100 and then $40 for my Uber, then $55 for my drug test. But I did it, everything is turned in. I just been very in a financial bind right now.
Hold on, please. Hold on, pause, please. So 55, where did you test for $55?
On site. That's how much it was $55. And it's on my paperwork.
What paperwork?
That they gave me that lists my color, what I paid. It was $55. They said $25 for the test and $30 for signing up or something.
Oh, yes, so it was a one-time.
Yeah. But now it is $25, thank goodness. But like I was explaining to Mr. Shumke, I'm a single mom. I paid $205 just to get, where I needed to be with you guys.
Well, because ma'am, you should have been testing all along. And I understand that there was a switch in the probation officers. I understand that, but Ms. Shine also did give you information regarding testing as well. Be that as it may, you are now testing.
Yes, I am.
And
I'm just kind of in a.
but even on November 8th, you didn't show up again.
November 8th.
Yes. I
went the
I have noticed right now, right here.
I went the 7th for my test. That's the day I tested.
Ma'am. Because.
So I was supposed to go the next day too?
Hold on, let me, listen. You were in court on November 6th.
Okay.
I ordered you to test on November 6th.
I did.
Okay. You are supposed to call in every day to see if your color is called.
Okay.
And you were given those instructions, so do not come here telling me that you were not.
Nope, yeah, I definitely was, but that is why I'm trying to let you know, I just started a new job.
Hold on, pause, hold on. You didn't even get to telling me you were starting a new job yet.
Yeah, I told you last time.
I'm asking why you didn't appear on November 8th for your test.
Because I'm in a very big financial bind. I just 2 days before I paid $205. I had to borrow that money. I do not get paid for 2 weeks from this job. I get paid every 2 weeks, ma'am.
I understand that. That's how it typically works.
Yes.
So did you even call in for your color that day?
Yes, I did. Yes, I did. And that's what I was getting to.
You did.
I'm in a
because you seemed very surprised that you were supposed to. Please. You seemed very surprised that you were supposed to have tested on November 8th.
What I'm saying is I went the 6th.
I've been, I had to borrow the money for that. I do not get paid until the following Monday. I will be paid Monday. I will be perfectly good to be able to pay for my tests, my Ubers, everything. I'm supposed to be getting a car on Thursday. My friend she got a new car. She is letting me obtain this vehicle. So I have a way to my NA classes. My one's on every third Thursday a month, and also, you know, my treatments through the therapy. I have been paying for Ubers and everything to get to these places because my mother had a stroke and she cannot drive. So I've been, and I'm a single mom of 3. So I've been in a very big financial bind. That $205 really set me back. I know it's not that much money to you guys, but.
Ma'am, please don't make presumptions as to what is a lot of money or not a lot of money to anybody, okay?
I'm sorry, but it is a lot of money to me right now.
I'm not disputing that that's a lot of money. However, because of your actions and behavior,
I understand,
are to participate in testing.
Is there any way, I know somebody I know is on probation through here. I seen her at my meeting on the 3rd Thursday. She said she comes here to take her drug tests. If there's any way I could come here to take my drug test,
well,
I can do
that. That isn't something that's done on a regular basis. And I don't know, what is the first name of the person that you're referencing?
Her name is Rosie.
Well,
she just told me to, you know, to inquire about it, that she comes here, and I would be willing to walk from the other end of Wyandotte to here, no problem, to take these tests.
Right, but you're not that far from Lincoln Park, which is the location of the testing facility.
I'm at the very end of Wyandotte here, that I have to go from here all the way to Southfield and Fort Street, past there, actually, it's past Southfield and Fort Street, so.
I know where the Lincoln Park court is, yes.
Yeah. No, it's not the court, it's on site.
Well, I know, but it's over in that area.
Yeah, in that area, yeah.
So, ma'am, you're required to call every day.
Okay.
Whether you have the money to test that day or not, you're required to call today.
I will call as soon as I walk out.
So the recommendation is for you to continue and complete all terms of probation, pay a $50 probation violation fee, increase your testing, and 30 days on the alcohol tether, as well as mandatory jail for any future violation. And that's because you haven't been testing, and so missed tests are presumed to be positive. Whether they're positive or not, you're presumed to be positive because you're not testing.
I understand. I understand.
So if you're tested today, what's in your system?
Nothing.
Nothing at all?
Nothing but my prescriptions that Marcy has. Nothing at all. I go right now. I have no problem with that whatsoever.
And where is your work located?
Dollar Tree on Fort Street in Emmons. In the Lincoln Park Plaza.
Okay, I'm going to adopt the recommendation. So you'll have the $50 probation violation fee to pay, and I understand that you have a payment plan, so that can get added under that. You're to continue and complete all terms of probation. I'm not going to increase your testing right now. You're going to have 30 days on the alcohol tether though.
Okay.
You're gonna have to pay for that, just so you know. You're gonna have to pay for that. But the court, I mean, the upside for you is that we know that you're not drinking. In the event you don't get it in for your test, I'm not saying don't go.
I
In
understand.
the event you miss your test, the alcohol tether will
Alert you if I'm,
alert us if you are using alcohol.
that's fine. I have no problem with that, Your Honor. Where do I have to go to get this?
Marcy will give you that information. Mandatory jail for any violation. For any future violation.
I was really hoping that this wasn't a violation so I could get off early. I've been trying to really do.
It is a violation.
I understand. I've been trying to do everything I can to get off. You know.
I understand, and ma'am, and I'm not suggesting that you're not in full recovery. I'm not suggesting that. But from the court's perspective,
I understand.
right, the alcohol tether was removed and then you didn't go to any testing.
I understand. I completely understand.
So there are some concerns. So, have a seat over information and Ms. Shine will be with, somebody will be with you shortly, okay?
Thank you so much, Your Honor.
All right, have a good day.
You too.
All right, let's go off the record. Mr. Doyle didn't show up and neither did Ms. Simmons.
I've been no contact with them, Judge.
Okay. All right, have a good day.
Thank you, Judge.
Thanks.